you're on a date with a woman, things are going great, she leans in for the kiss. Whoa, slow your roll. What do you think I am, a piece of meat? You can't kiss me, it's the first date. Coach Greg, in today's video, should you or should you not kiss a girl on the first date? Well, Teaching Men's Fashion says that you shouldn't. But remember, he teaches men's fashion. He has no idea what you should or should not do on the first date. And so perhaps he would give great advice on how to dress. For example, you should be wearing fitted clothes. If you're dressed up appropriately, it's going to make you more attractive, more presentable, and the woman's going to be more likely to be into you. But wearing fitted clothes only really works if you have a body, if you have a physique. And so if there's one thing you can do to attract another woman is to, in fact, work on yourself. Make sure you have a great physique. Go to the gym, exercise, eat a healthy diet, as if you're more fit, you look great, you're far more likely to attract the opposite sex. After all, guy makes a video, says stop wearing baggy clothes, it makes you look homeless. But problem is, when you don't have an amazing physique and you're wearing fitted clothes, it doesn't have the same effect. For example, this guy, perhaps he's 6 feet tall, 120 pounds. Wearing fitted clothes, it doesn't make him sexier than last time. And so always work on yourself. And of course, if you're interested in supplements to help you do that, for example, GO2 Max or Turk Builder, Ecti Builder, various compounds, these can help you to have more energy in the gym, recover faster, and so on. If interested in any of my supplements, code Greg, 10% off. And so let's listen to Teaching Men's Fashions. Let's listen to Coach Greg. I'm going to give you the science behind making the first move, kissing a girl on your very first date.
Do not kiss her on the first date, and here's why. According to a study, 95% of men would prefer the woman make the first move.
And so 95% of men prefer the woman to make the first move. Well, of course they do. Women leans in, kisses you. Wow, boom, she's into me. Probably going to get lucky sooner rather than later. And so isn't that great? I know that she likes me. She's initiated a kiss. That's fantastic. Problem is, 86% of women prefer men to make the first move. And so the problem is, if both men and women are both waiting for each other to make the first move, then no one's making moves. People are going to walk away from the date thinking, oh, that person doesn't like me. He put me in a friend zone.
Instead, I want you to give her a hug. Thank her for coming. And then you can give her a kiss on the cheek and walk away.
Okay, and so he's telling men, and so the men have watched this. Remember, Teaching Men's Fashions has millions of followers. And so millions of people are going to watch this and think, all right, I don't have to kiss a girl on the first move. They're looking for an excuse not to do it. After all, making that first move, it takes a lot of confidence. It takes a lot of masculinity. You have to have the confidence, the security in yourself to be able to put yourself out there. Because what if she says no? What if she rejects me? And so oftentimes men are going to go on a date intimidated, shy, not willing to do what they want to do. And so in the end, you know what that does? It makes the woman think that you're weak, that you're feminine, that you don't have the confidence to put yourself out there. What if she wanted you to kiss her? What if she was waiting and or expecting it, and because you didn't, she thinks you don't like her? She then puts you in the friend zone, or she thinks he's weak. He's shy. I don't want a man like that. I want a real man. Someone who is willing to put himself out there. Someone who's willing to be rejected. And so what is the worst thing that could happen if you in fact put the first move and try to kiss her? She says no. Is it really that bad? Perhaps she has a rule. I don't kiss men on the first date. But is it really going to hurt her to know that you wanted to see that you tried? And it's not going to be offensive to her. She knows she's on a date with you. She's probably expecting you to kiss her. And so if she says no and you don't react poorly to it, she's going to think, oh, that's a confident man. He's okay. He's not shy. He's not intimidated. He doesn't think I don't like him just because I didn't kiss him. After all, let's say it's date number 4. You're trying to have sexy time and she says no. If you're sad, rejected, oh, I can't see her ever again. Maybe she's a high-value woman. Maybe she's taking her time. Maybe she has a rule, I don't sleep around until I really like someone. And I haven't gotten to know you enough as of yet.
Here's the powerful part. A girl will walk away wondering why you didn't kiss her. What was wrong?
Yeah, they're going to wonder why you didn't kiss her. What was wrong? What's wrong with him? Do you really think that she's going to say, oh, he just doesn't like me? The woman can tell if you like her. She can tell. It doesn't take a kiss at the end of the date to make it look like you like it. They can tell through various signs. For example, during the date, were you talking, having a good time, laughing at jokes, smiling? Did you have close proximity? Were you touching each other? The eyes, gazing. If a person is looking at you in the eyes, looking at the lips, back to the eyes, using the triangle method, eye, lip, eye, back and forth, they most likely are thinking, are you going to kiss me? And so remember, if you're talking to a woman and you're very close and she keeps putting her hands on your arm, She keeps touching your thigh. She's laughing a little bit extra at your jokes. She's not looking at her phone. She's very close to you. She's perhaps gazing into you a little bit longer than is normal. She's saying nice things. I'm having such a great time. This date is excellent. She's saying how time is flying, that she really likes you. These are all signs that she's inviting you to kiss her. And consider this, if you went on a date and she went all out, she did her hair, makeup, lipstick, everything. She's dressed sexier than last time. Why would she put in all that effort if she didn't actually like you? If she didn't think maybe she wants to have a kiss. And if you don't kiss her on the first time, all that means is your chances of kissing her on the second time are even higher. Think of it. If you try to kiss her and she walks away and the date's over, would you not rather know that sooner rather than later? When I go on a date, it's like an interview. It's like an interview for a job. I'm interviewing you as potentially being my girlfriend in the future, perhaps even marriage. And so why would I waste 10 weeks trying to find out if the girl likes me? And so on date 1, if the date's going good, if I'm vibing with her, I'm going to kiss her. And 9 times out of 10, if you know how to read body language, if you are truly engaged in that conversation, you will know when the time is right to make the first move and lean in for the kiss. Women in general are not going to make that first move. 9 out of 10 times, they're probably not going to initiate it. But what they're going to do is set you up to make the first move. It's like in the NBA, when you do an alley-oop, they jump into a slam dunk. They're setting you up for success. If a girl does not lean towards you, shoulders, body facing you directly, if she's never touching your arm, she's never touching your shoulder, physical touch sets you up, predisposes you to want to make that first move. If she's not laughing at her jokes, or heavens forbid, she's on her phone the whole time, then don't go in for the kiss. If she really likes you, she's not going to be on her phone every 5 minutes during a date. There's no way, because she is invested in you. She is going to be attentive and actually care, and she will show that through her emotions and through her attention to you. And not only does this apply to having that first kiss, it also applies to the first time having sexy time. 93% of men would prefer if women initiate it. And why is that? Well, obviously, the first thing that comes to mind is, in fact, rejection. Who wants to be rejected? Also, men don't want the woman to think that you're just using her for her body. Oftentimes, I'm nervous or uncomfortable that if I initiate too much, that she's thinking that that's all I want. And so you're looking for signs that she is not going to say no. But if she does say no, it's okay. You need to be secure in yourself. Perhaps if you have an anxious attachment style and the woman says no to kissing you on the first date, you're going to think, oh, she doesn't like me. But please remember, how did that date go? She was on her phone the whole time, never laughed at your jokes. There was awkward silences the entire time. She never touched you. She was not in proximity, not looking at you. And you tried to kiss her. What did you expect? But if the date's going great, she says things like, you have a lot of potential, or she's truly invested in the conversation, and you go to kiss her and she says no, it may be that she simply has a rule. A general rule, I don't kiss on the first date. And so it has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that she doesn't like you, and everything to do that she simply has standards. She's a high value woman. She perhaps views it in this way, that if she doesn't kiss you, it makes you want her even more. Perhaps it builds up the tension, and that once you kiss her on the second date, as Teaching Men's Fashion says, that is even better. And so I do in fact understand that, and there are situations where some women will prefer not to be kissed on the first date. But I can tell you this, I promise you this, no woman is going to be offended if you try to kiss her on the first date if she likes you. And so if you try to kiss her, she rejects you, and she's offended by it. Oh, how could you kiss me? She didn't like you in the first place, and so wouldn't you want to know that early on? Remember, it's a job interview. A job interview for a future girlfriend. Do you want to waste weeks, possibly months, finding out if she likes you, only to find out she's not the right woman for the job? Or would you not want to find out sooner rather than later? And by trying to kiss her, by initiating that first kiss on the first date, it sets you up for future success. Once you've made the first move, she's more likely to kiss you the second time. But if you lean in for a hug, especially a side hug, a kiss on the cheek, what is she going to think? She might think, does he even like me? Now, if you in fact do this, if you're a man, perhaps you're a high value man, you don't kiss on the first date. You don't want to go that route. That's okay. But what you do following this, it's very important. Are you in fact texting the woman? She might be thinking, did he friend zone me? But if you say, hey, I really like you. That was an incredible date. And just so you know, I have a general rule. I don't kiss on the first date. There is nothing wrong with that. Be yourself. Be forthright. Be your authentic self. Don't be shy to actually tell people what you think. I know you may have watched PUA videos, pickup artists. They'll say, don't do this, don't do that, don't text for 3 days, don't ever wear your heart on the sleeve, don't be yourself, pretend you're this, pretend you're that. Do you know what you're going to attract? You're going to attach women with an avoidance attachment style, or even worse, avoidance and anxious attachment style. These women are the hardest to have relationships with. The only way they can possibly have a relationship with someone is if you are extremely secure. Because if you have an avoidance attachment style, you don't like it when people get close to you. You need to keep them at arm's length. Whoa. You're saying you really like me? Whoa, slow down. I need to back off. Perhaps they want their space. They can only see you 2, maybe 3 times a week at most. And so they don't like to have very close attachments with other people. It's most likely due to how they were raised when they're younger. And so it's not their fault. It's just simply biology. This is how evolution has taught us to be. But if you're looking for a girlfriend, a life partner, much easier if you can also find someone who's secure. A woman with an avoidance attachment style, she may in fact feel that you're trying to control her. Oh, he wants to see me almost every day. How horrible is this guy? He's trying to control me. He's probably a narcissist because he likes spending time with me. He tells me how much he likes me. He's opening up to me. I gotta push him away. Hey, whoa, slow it back. Hold your horses. Oh, he's too needy. He likes to talk to me every day. Yeah, as if that's horrible. And so why not find out if there's actual chemistry early on? You might like the girl, but you go and kiss her and something feels off. It feels awkward. You just don't have the sparks flying. Or perhaps the date was lackluster. You're not sure if you like her, but you kiss her and then the sparks start rolling. You can feel the vibe. Because remember this, oftentimes people are not themselves on the first date. Most people, in fact, are not truly themselves when you first meet them. Problem is, the first impression is extremely important. Do you exude confidence? Does that woman want to enter your world? Do you have your shit together? If you are truly passionate about your life, your job, your work, your friends, your family, everything, that is going to make the woman want you that much more. If you say, oh, I don't know about my future goals. I'm not really working right now. You know, I'm playing video games. Why would they want to be with you? Yeah, you're 10, you're 6'5", and you have an amazing physique. But you have nothing going on. Yeah, they're impressed by you. It got you in the door. But are they going to stay with you? If you're not a man of substance, you don't have a personality, you can't vibe, she doesn't connect to you emotionally, it's never going to work. Perhaps it works in the short term. And for an avoidance attachment style, these people oftentimes don't want to get in relationships. Hey, if you're just looking for a quick hookup, well, perhaps that's the way to go. 25% of people have an avoidance attachment style, 25% anxious, about 50% are secure. And so 50% of people out there, they are secure. These are people who are very likely to be able to get in a committed relationship and be there for you 100%. But remember, one of the problems is people who are single, it's far more often people who are avoidance and or anxious. The reason being is people who are secure oftentimes have already found a partner. Think of it. You're 30 years old, 40, or perhaps 48 like Coach Greg, and you haven't got a partner. Well, why haven't you? What's going on? And so unless you just got out of a long-term commitment, perhaps you'd been dating someone for 10 years, 20 years, 5 years, whatever, then that person, if you say, hey, when's the last time you had a boyfriend? Oh, it's been about 5 years. Really ask yourself, 5 years, in 5 years, you couldn't find one person that was good enough to try and form an emotional connection with in 5 years? Or perhaps look at the people they've dated in the past. What quality did they offer? If they haven't been in a relationship for a very long time, there might be a reason for that. And so in reality, wouldn't it be amazing if the roles were reversed? If women made the first move, if women approached men in the gym and said, hey, here's my number, here's my Instagram, I'd really like to take you on a date. Imagine how easy life would be. Or if women were the first ones to initiate the kiss, or heavens forbid, if women all initiated sexy time, the world would be easy. How many times is a man going to say no to a girl on a date who initiates the first kiss? Think of it. You're on a date with a woman, things are going great, she leans in for the kiss. Whoa, slow your roll. What do you think I am, a piece of meat? Can't kiss me, it's the first date. Or how often is a woman, for example, it's date number 4, things have been going great, you really, really like each other. And you're watching Coach Greg and chill on the couch, and she starts rubbing her hands down into your Netherlands. Whoa, what are you doing? We're watching Coach Greg and chill. You can't touch me down there. Or she asked to lick your lollipop. Nope, don't do that. I would hate to see you do that. If a man's refusing to have his lollipop licked, it's probably been somewhere recently and he doesn't want you to touch it. Or perhaps it's been so recent that it still has remnants of somebody else. Or he's got something better. Wait till I take these 3 pills and it clears up before she goes anywhere there. And so if a man is refusing sexy time, I don't care if he's single, in a relationship, married, why is he doing that? Has he already got it from someone else? Really think about that. And to the ladies, if you're refusing sexy time from your partner, what do you think is going to happen? Oftentimes, especially men, view intimacy as a way of connecting to find out if you're really there for them. Are you emotionally available, connected to that person? Because oftentimes people have a very hard time communicating, especially men. They don't know how to say, hey, I'm checking in to see if you really care about me emotionally. Will you be there for me? Are you here for me now? And will you be here for me in the future? You perhaps are arguing, you're fighting, you're not quite getting along, and you're questioning things. You're in a relationship and there's going to be times when there are highs and there are lows. And perhaps in those low periods, you're wondering, does she really like me? And perhaps in those low periods, you might be thinking, are we drifting apart? Does she really like me? Will she be here for me in the future? And perhaps sexy time brings about that bond. The oxytocin that's released, that's right, the cuddle hormone, it makes you feel connected. You're far more likely to feel connected to your partner after you've achieved that physical bond. And so to summarize, should you make that first move? Should you kiss the girl on the first date? Abso-freaking-lutely. Worst case scenario is you get rejected because she doesn't like you. In that case, you move on to the next one. Remember, the abundance theory. There are thousands of potential partners out there. So do not think she's the only one left. Oh, if I don't get her, I'll never get anyone else. That is someone with an anxious attachment style. There are thousands of suitable partners that might be even better than you are right now. But don't chase the unicorn. Just because there are other partners doesn't mean that there's a special unicorn, the one soulmate on the earth that was there for just me. That's bullshit. That's a bunch of BS. And so if you have a scarcity mindset where you're thinking, oh, there's no one else for me. There's no one else I can get. You perhaps are going to settle. You're going to put up with somebody who doesn't treat you right, who perhaps doesn't even like you. Perhaps it's not her fault. She has an avoidance, anxious attachment style, and you just simply can't get it on. Or maybe you just can't connect. It's okay. There will be someone else. And best case scenario, you kiss, the sparks fly, and the dates continue on, and you perhaps become boyfriend, girlfriend, perhaps even married one day with a family. And so it's important to remember that if she does say no, if she in fact rejects you, how you handle this is paramount. Don't get upset. Don't walk away. Don't say, what's wrong with you? Why didn't you kiss me? Don't act weird. That is the worst thing you can do. And so a woman will not be upset by you trying to kiss her, but she will be upset by how you react to her not kissing you. Keep that in mind. Remember this. Ending it here. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Do you like the video? If you liked it, give me a like. Add in your comments, should you kiss a girl on the first date? What are your thoughts on this? Don't forget to watch one of those 2 bloops. And of course, we can't all be 6'2" Chads, but what you can do is get in the shape of your life. Consider getting my cookbooks, training books, my Circle Diet book, Life's Work, How to Lose Weight and Keep It Off for the rest of your life. Also, all of the Harder Than Last Time supplements, or even my Harder Than Last Time clothing line. Don't forget to ask the girl, do you watch Coach Greg? If she does, it's a green flag. If she doesn't, walk away. How could you possibly date someone that doesn't watch Coach Greg? Also, phone consults and coaching plans by me and my team, as well as the free up to 50-page free. It's free. Diet and training program. Get in the shape of your life. It's free. Head over to my website. Don't forget, code Greg 10% off. Click the link in the description. And until next time, I am out.